Testicles are fine. Ah! Why is a grown man being pulled up into the air by his crotch? Stick around to find out. Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy and I'm a plant-based cook, and my family decided to spend a week up at Camp Wanakita, which is a camp up in northern Ontario. They have both a regular kids camp that you can send your kids to, but they also have this awesome thing called family camp. What's great about family camp is that you get your own cabin, there's lots of activities on the beach, there's hikes, there's things for kids to do, adults to do, but also the entire thing is catered. You don't have to cook any of your own food. Bring some snacks if you want. So the question for me whenever I'm away from home for an extended period is, will I be able to stay on track with whole food plant-based eating while still being able to enjoy myself and treat myself a little bit? Let's find out. For our final breakfast at home, I've decided to make the entire family my chocolate chip cookie bowl. What are you doing?
I'm making breakfast with you.
With me?
They're crumbling. It's getting annoying.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Huh? Huh? So those are gonna go on top of this. So you've never had the cookie bowl before?
No.
Good. Do you actually like it, Mommy?
Yes, I like it.
You like it?
But it's cold.
What are you doing today?
Kinda Wanakita.
And now the million-dollar question. Can we fit all his shit into the car? We're not even, this isn't even half the stuff we need to bring. We are 2 hours away, according to Waze. I'm having homemade banana bread for a road snack, and Annie's having it too. How is it, Annie?
Yeah.
And the recipe's on my website. I'm gonna stop in town and look for s'more supplies, lighter or a match, because I forgot to bring those things, and Evie wants Pez. I'll get the maple ones.
Yep, I'm good with that. Bacon, pain, sesame, and mustard.
I've never seen a mustard warning on graham crackers. Look at this, we're just buying up all the supplies.
It's a made good soft baked oats cinnamon bun flavored.
Alright, so we have s'more supplies, we're good for that. What'd you find? Oh, there we go. Hey, do you guys know if we can find any like decent sized Twizzlers? Jesus. It's like as tall as your torso, Annie. What'd you find, Mommy?
A lighter.
Good job. And a pillow. Emily found this. Vegan milk chocolate. Made with oat milk.
I said that one and I said Sonic.
And cinnamon bun flavor. Well, they know the flavor. It tastes like cinnamon bun. I read the ingredients to Annie. Annie, what's in them?
Mushroom.
There's mushrooms in these, just like this the last.
It's in all their stuff.
That's what I told her. They're good. We got to camp in great time and got all of our information. They gave us these special gold bracelets that indicate that we have a unique diet, ours being plant-based. My kids are pescatarian, my wife and I are vegan, and she's also gluten-free. Okay, campfire ready. So this is our cabin.
Move the shit. Okay, I'm sleeping in this one. This is mine.
Maybe Mommy and Daddy will sleep in this room.
Welcome along, family.
They serve all the meals in this giant dining hall. It's usually family style, but for lunch today they had this sandwich buffet that included lots of bread, sandwich stuff, salads. Lunch was pretty good. I had a sandwich with a hummus that was very garlic forward, but a really lovely spread of vegetables and fruit. So already I feel like I am in good hands. We went for a little swim in the lake and we went paddleboarding. And I got bit by a black fly and it hurt a lot. So I'm gonna put some Afterbite on and have a granola bar that I brought from home that I made. These are on my website. I also decided to have some popcorners, because I went swimming and I was a good boy. We brought so many snacks. Dinner tonight was a tofu cauliflower green curry on a bed of rice with vegetables and salads. And it was delicious. And then for dessert, we had like a little lollipop, fruit lollipop thing. And apparently there's gonna be a snack soon. But we have campfire first. So after the campfire, we had snack. I brought taking a video of it, but it was like a little nacho bar. So I had just like a handful of nachos with some guac, which was really good. Some salsa and just some fruit. They had lots of fruit out. And then I'm having a little square of cherry chocolate from a company called Chocosol. Tomorrow morning, we're getting up for a 6 a.m. paddle, and then we're gonna go for a polar bear plunge. Where are we going, Woody? Huh? Where are we going?
Canoeing.
What time is it?
Too early.
Did we find someone else liked our vegan snacks in the night?
It's Miss Mousy.
I had to hide our snacks at 3 a.m. last night from the little mouse. It was eating our vegan chocolate. I strung everything up by a bag. And now we're going for a 6 a.m. canoe paddle. Ben, our camp director, led us in a sunrise canoe trip by a nearby island where he brewed us fresh coffee and tea, and we had snacks. It's a pretty awesome way to start the day. I'm having some granola bar. I can't wait till breakfast. Do the plunge, do the plunge. The polar bear plunge is something they do every morning at 7:30 a.m. and if you do it every single day of the week, you get a badge at the end. Do you guys like your plunge?
Yeah, actually wasn't that bad.
It was great.
I'm shivering because it's cold.
It's cold when you get
it's
out,
colder out
but
here.
it was delightful. That is a nice way to start the day. Breakfast was fairly decent. They had this amazing oatmeal bar that had chia and flax and lots of dried fruit and even some chocolate chips, which I didn't indulge in, but I probably will tomorrow if it's still there. They had Beyond Sausage, which was great, and they had these gluten-free vegan Eggos. This gluten-free Eggo thingy is god-awful. Unedible. My wife had cereal, but we didn't see any dairy-free milk. Gotta ask her about that tomorrow. We learned how to sail this morning, so I'm gonna do that later on, I think. And now I'm gonna go to low ropes.
Fail.
Fail. I used to be able to rip an apple in half with my hands. I haven't done it in a long time, so here we go. It wants to go. Oh, I screwed it up. Oh no, I lost my... Never mind.
Can't do it?
Oh, it's gonna go, ready?
Hey!
Ew.
Kind of.
I'll take the little one.
Works enough. Okay.
For lunch we had this faux pulled pork that was made with carrots and beans. I didn't bother with the bread and just added a bunch of vegetables to the plate. And for dessert we had these little fruit lollipops. These are my favorite plant-based, sometimes chip treat. They only bring them out once a year in Canada around summertime, that we've seen anyway. They say limited edition, and they're not joking. I'm gonna enjoy some of these and maybe a banana, and then we're gonna go.
I'm gonna have one too.
And then we're gonna go sailing. You can't have my chips, these are mine! For dinner we had vegan pasta, the entire camp, and we also had garlic bread that we can eat, and some salad, and it was delicious. Dessert was the typical popsicle, which we had anyway because it's still pretty tasty. And now I'm gonna start a fire because we're gonna have s'mores. I hope I don't have a visit from a mouse tonight. We'll see. To Just had my early morning dip in the lake, had a very small piece of granola bar, and now I'm at the community campfire, which is where the best Wi-Fi is. It's gonna be a spotty day, I think, for weather. It's gonna be a little bit of a little rain, maybe, but that's okay. As long as there's no thunder and lightning here, the activities continue on. I had like an Elvis sandwich for breakfast. I made like a bagel with peanut butter jam and carrot bacon. That was pretty good. For lunch we had mac and cheese with fajitas, but they had a sorbet for dessert. I went windsurfing for the first time, and I got stuck in this thing called Boat Suckers Bay. And I had to get towed out by the lifeboat. And then we went to archery. Whoa! Annie! And then I played pickleball with Ephraim. For dinner we had Mediterranean. They had falafels with vegetables. We're eating a lot of lollipops this week, Willie.
Yeah, we gotta go.
And then we played a giant community style size game of capture the flag. And then I had some more s'mores. So I didn't shoot this every day, but every morning I start with a vitamin C, a vitamin D, and every other day I take vitamin B12. Because, you know, health and stuff. That's actually a really nice way to wake up. It's just the lead up to it that really, really sucks. The anticipation. But the moment you come up from the water, it's kind of transcendent in a weird way. Now I need to do some yoga because everything hurts. Everything hurts sleeping in those weird beds that are like, the closest thing I can think of what those beds are is like those cushions on school buses. The things you sit on, those hard plastic things. That's what we're sleeping on. Those are our beds. A very filling breakfast of some kind of tofu vegetable. Not really a scramble, more like cut up tofu. Was good, and some soggy hash browns, which are not so good, and then that delicious oatmeal bar, which I could just eat that, and I brought my own banana. And they had apples and coffee. And then I did this thing called kayak games, where we played, some kind of like tag, soccer-y type thing, which was ridiculously fun, but we didn't take any video of because I was in the water, and I don't want to lose my camera. Just did some stand-up paddleboard yoga. That was a very different exercise than I thought it would be. Very core intensive. I liked it. Tonight's dinner was not amazing. It was the really nasty veggie pizza, which was white bread and this oily, goopy kind of cheese that I scraped off half of it and kind of muzzled down the rest. Luckily, I wasn't that hungry. So I had that and some vegetables. We had grapes for dessert, which was new and nice. And then I just grabbed a handful of nibs. And I go play board games with some friends and have a tea. I attempted to swim out to Umbrella Island like I did last year, but it was not on the cards because my shoulder is acting up. Breakfast was nice. They had those nasty ass waffles again, so I opted out of that, but I had a giant bowl of oatmeal with all the fixins. Lovely. Now I'm gonna go to ropes with Annie.
Okay. Give her a little bit of slack. Awesome.
Lunch was grilled cheese with a tomato soup and grapefruit sorbet for dessert. Dinner was okay. I want to be generous here. The chef did a lot right. He had some beautifully roasted vegetables, some rice, some really nicely spiced tofu that was baked. The problem was just, it was dry. When you make something like that, you need a sauce to bring it all together, and particularly something that has a bit of a fatty quality to it. This was a nut-free facility because of different allergies. but you could have made something with like an avocado ranch type dressing that has a nice amount of fat to it, or tahini if you don't have any sesame seed allergies. It was just a little dry. That said, the chef totally redeemed themselves with this delicious mango sorbet that he added fresh fruit to. And then we were treated to a talent show by the kids. My daughter Annie did a dance with some of her new camp friends. Breakfast was the delicious oatmeal bar. Plus, they had like egg sandwiches and piedmont bacon for other people, and they had some tofu thingy going on. So I had a little bit of that, and then I just had my oatmeal, which is delicious and lovely. And now we're going to a thing called Flying Squirrel.
Oh.
It should be worth noting that I am terrified of heights, but I promised myself on this trip that I would try to overcome that fear and do things that scared me. Oh, testicles are fine. Wow. Hence being pulled up into the air by my crotch.
How fun is that?
I'm so excited.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
This is terrifying.
Don't say that. You have a group of children about to go up.
That was amazing.
And that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And then it was Annie's turn. And she was a trooper, not scared at all, way better than me. Good for her, I guess. Congrats, kid, on not being scared of being in the air.
Yeah, just hang out, lean back, relax.
How was that, Annie? Lunch was some bean burger type things with fries and onion rings. And for dessert, we had fresh nectarines. This was my first nectarine of the season, and those always taste the best. And this one was no exception. And it was our last full day at camp, so their tradition there is to have beach day.
Beach day.
Lots of swimming, snacks. And then a lot of the women did this thing that they call the jiggly run, where they run off the dock and jump into the lake. Because, you know, fun.
Hey, Dad, get on in. I'll take my glasses.
Dinner was this lentil mixture that was terrible. It was easily the only truly bad meal I've had here. I couldn't even really eat it. It was burnt and gross. I tried adding some spices and some sriracha to it, but it could not be saved. What did save dinner, though, was that awesome mango sorbet with more fresh fruit. So thank you for that, chef. And then because it was our final night of the camp, we did a group campfire and had this awesome choral song that the entire camp did together. And then for snack, I had some fruit and raisin bran. I thought raisin bran was vegan. It's apparently not. It contains vitamin D3, which has an animal product called lanolin. So thanks for that, raisin bran. After our regular morning plunge in the lake, I picked up our tie-dyed t-shirts that we'd made earlier in the week. Breakfast this morning was delicious oatmeal bar and a muffin that they put together with gluten-free and vegan. It was terribly crumbly. I could taste baking soda. It had been in the freezer. It was bad. But I had that delicious, lovely oatmeal, and they gave us tons of fruit, so that's more than enough for me. And now we're just packing up and getting ready to leave. This is a great week. For our final lunch, we had the same sandwich bar that we had at the top of the week. Luckily, the hummus spread was less garlic forward this time. And yeah, I had some fruit and raisin bran. Again, I didn't know it wasn't vegan at the time. I used plant-based non-dairy milk. Lots of thanks and love to Camp Wanakita. Seriously, if you live in Ontario and you're looking for a great family vacation, this one can't be beat. Their staff is so great with both the parents and the kids, and they make it fun for everyone. So what's my final verdict on the food? I mean, it's camp. They served a lot of camp-style food, which is exactly what you want when you go away to the woods for a week. Also, they had several hundred people there with all different kind of food requirements, and I can't even imagine what it's like to organize and orchestrate that many different things. So kudos to them for even trying. Was every single dish to my liking? No, but you know what? They always had an option for me to eat that I could use to fill myself up until the next meal. The real trick to going somewhere when you have a different diet than the rest of the world is just to contact them in advance and reach out and let them know you're coming, let them know what your requirements are. Wanakita was great about that. They sent a form out in advance so that the chefs knew and they could prepare in advance. I've always had great experiences when I plan ahead, and Wanakita was no exception, and our family can't wait to go back next year. And if you're jealous of all those s'mores that I made and don't have access to a fire, I made a video for how to make s'mores 3 ways that you can watch right here. And also don't forget to subscribe.